The alleged evidence of all evidence was the recording. And Mr. Sharpe, yes, Mr. Sharpe, because he is a grown-ass man, allegedly he was going to physically accost her. Like, accost her. Listen, I don't know what I could say. He was allegedly going to accost her, possibly in public, and she may not have had a choice in the matter. Allegedly. And though we can clearly see that this is very typical Eurocentric practice, tactic, and ritual of humiliation and creating a mockery and publicly humbling Black people, when you hear more about the past of Shannon Sharpe this week than you hear about Luigi Mangione, who is currently in preparation to go to trial for a public unaliving, it does look like a circus. But because this is a spectacle, does that mean that Shannon Sharpe is a victim? He is claiming that this is a shakedown.
This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself.
Is it a shakedown or is it a shame now? Shannon Sharpe, if you don't already know, is being sued for alleged essay between him and a teenage OnlyFans worker, allegedly. She was 19 when they met. She might be 20 now. And the text messages I saw, she asked him to wear some contraception. And the text messages read something like, I asked you, like, to not do the peach play, and you did it anyway, and I started crying. No means no, allegedly. This could all be doctor text messages. This is just what was on the internet. Here's what I see. I see someone who thought that he was bigger than a program and disregarded that he's still a Black person in this society. When I heard Shannon Sharpe on that recording, allegedly, and this is not to excuse what he said because he should not have said it, I heard an adult give an exaggerated response to a kid. That's what I heard. In our community, this should not happen. We should not speak to kids in this manner. But some of us came from these households, and Shannon Sharpe is a man of a certain age. He may have come from one of these households. And these households said things like, if you don't get out my face, I'ma smack you into next week. That's what I heard. And I could be wrong. I don't want to be wrong or right. But either way, whether it's a parent saying these things or a partner, it's still wrong and it's still toxic. But that calm tone in his voice gave me like, don't make me get up out this seat. I'm gonna count to 3. That was the kind of tone that Shannon was using, like he was talking to a child. It seems to me that Mr. Sharpe may have mistaken his wealth and talents, which give him access to capital and privilege. I think he mistook all that for dominance. But that proximity to whiteness does not signify that you are on the inside. See, there are the game makers and the game players. He has even said that once you know the rules, you can play the game, which I always knew that was a miscalculation.
See, you can be good at any game if you understand the rules and how to play the game.
But as many wealthy Black people do, they miscalculate because the rules will always change once you start to get ahead. And you can't account for a change that you are unaware of. Black people start gaining, okay, no more college, no more books, no more jobs, no more government contracts. No more nothing. Don't even feed them. No more eggs. All these algorithms and AI have racial bias. Couldn't nobody account for that. Now, we still gonna win, but I'm not arrogant or egotistical enough to willingly participate in a racial trope and think that I'm bigger than the program. So somebody tell me why Mr. Sharpe is participating in race play, you know, and the type of play that can be seen as violent. It sounds like someone who thinks they're bigger than the program. Now, regardless of what racial group this young lady belongs to, something is dreadfully wrong. I mean, outrageous that he even chose to engage with this young lady. I was just talking about this with my cousin because we were talking about whether it takes 2 to tango. And while it may take 2 to tango, we're not dancing here. And it only takes 1 to walk away. And the responsibility of that 1 to walk away will always lie with the one who has the fully developed frontal lobe, brain fully intact, the one that can rent a car without paying an underage fee, the one who is old enough to drink, the one whose last formal event wasn't prom. It It takes that person to be the adult that they truly are, that they're trying to run from. It's so crazy how some men will allow themselves to be so perverted when it comes to young women that they will even lie and act like they don't even recognize how young she was. You know, she's so grown. Oh, but you know that 19-year-old boy is a 19-year-old boy when you see him. Don't matter if he could be in the NBA. You still look at him as a YN. But the 19-year-old woman, somehow you get that mixed up. You get her mixed in with grown folk somehow. No. You recognize she's 19 the way you recognize he is 19. Bottom line, I don't know if this girl is looking for money or not. The alleged text messages, they seem crazy. If he did any of those things, if she can prove that he did any of those things that were in the text messages, if I ask to cover yourself up and you don't, that's valid grounds to sue. Whether she is an OnlyFans model or not, you need to listen to your partner. It's important. If they say, I want to play in the front and I don't want to play in the back, then play in the front and not in the back. You need to listen to your partner. It is grounds to sue if there is evidence to support that. Now, there's supposed to be a tape coming out with visuals. The audio is crazy enough. There's supposed to be visuals. This is really a spectacle. And apparently, according to Shannon Sharpe, there's 30 seconds of it that just must have been nuts. And again, why would you even play like that? Like, you thought she was bigger than the program. That's crazy. As far as that audio, I'm not going to speak on the visual too much because I ain't seen it. But as far as that audio, I understand culturally, that's how a lot of adults talk to kids. They kids. I don't make empty threats. I don't threaten people. Nobody threatens me. I respect people. But I do know of households that pass around empty threats like it's nothing. But even if it was an empty threat, and we all have to do better as people not to say things like that. That's still wrong. That's still violent. That is still grounds to sue. Let me know, did y'all see the text messages? I know y'all heard the audio. There's no way you didn't hear the audio. Did you see the text messages though? Like, how big does your ego have to be? I really think he thought he was bigger than the program. But let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. Does she have a case? Was she truly harmed? We know the lawyer is after money. Like, you thought you said something when you was like, oh, Busby just wants money. Yes! They all do. You should have wanted your money. And you should have wanted to keep your money in your pocket. Now we here. So yeah, let's be better. It's a Chaplain of Culture, here to expand ideas and grind your gears. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.